Hello and welcome to episode 24 of the HamCorp training manual. In this episode, we will kill the first Twilight Forest boss, the Naga, craft our first wand, start doing some Thaumcraft research, and explore the world for aura nodes. So this is very much a work in progress. I'm not really happy with it. Like, it's just too blocky and like there's not much to it. Like, it doesn't look structurally sound. It's just a little, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this, and I'm going to revamp this at some point. But I basically just needed a space to put my magic stuff. And I know that I'm going to expand for Blood Magic and for Botania. And I think I'm going to theme those wings of the building. So maybe I could theme this with Thaumcraft stuff as well. But yeah, so this is a work in progress. So that's why it looks so shit. But for now, we want to start getting into Thaumcraft. And for that, we need to make the iron-capped wooden wand. This requires a couple things. The impregnated stick, which needs seed oil. I think we have... oh, shit. I think we have some seed oil from a quest reward. Yeah, here, we have some seed oil from a quest reward, so that's nice. The impregnated stick is no problem. Iron caps are no problem. Naga scales. Naga scales we can get from the Twilight Forest, because that is the first boss of the Twilight Forest. I'm pretty sure everyone in the universe has played Twilight Forest at this point, but basically there's a series of bosses in different biomes, and you need to kill them in sequence to finish the Twilight Forest. But once we have those things, we should be able to make the iron-capped wooden wand. And that is the first step to getting into Thaumcraft. So, let's go kill a big snake. Back in the Twilight Forest. Now, where is the Naga? We found one over here. When I auto-mapped, we found the arena. Alright, here's the arena. This one's kind of weird, though. It's like it wasn't supposed to spawn this way. Oh, there's the Naga. Wow. Okay, that was much easier than I expected it to be. Very anticlimactic. Cool, we got our Naga scales. We got a Naga trophy as well. This we can use to generate Naga scales, which is pretty nice. We just need Salus Mundus. So, Naga scales done. Screws, caps, impregnated stick. So with this wand, I can make two things immediately. I can make a crucible with a cauldron, and I can make a Thaumonomicon with a bookshelf. Now the first thing I want to make is the thermometer. This needs a bunch of different shards, all of which you can get from the Twilight Forest. I don't think we have any. I do need to go mining for all these different types of infused stone. So I think I'm going to go dig up a vein each of the Aqua Ignis, the Air Terra, and the Ordo Perdicio. And once I'm done mining up one vein of each, then I will be back and we can start doing some Thaumcraft. Okay, I went out mining for a bit with the HV miner. I've upgraded my chests, some of my chests, to compressed chests. These are quite nice because they are really big. And they keep their inventory when you break them. But yeah, I went mining. I got quite a few ores, except for the Terra infused stone. I don't know why, but the vein I mined only had less than a stack. So, yeah, I don't know. But for now, all we need is the shards. We can get more shards by washing and sifting the stones, the infused stones. But I don't need that many, so I'm just going to use these. One of the first things I want to make in Thaumcraft is the thermometer. I'm actually going to make a couple because they're used in making the goggles of revealing. Or I thought they were. Oh, they probably do, but we don't know because we don't have the research. But yeah, I'm going to make a couple of these also so I can scan it, because the thermometer is used to scan different items, and it gives you a bunch of research points based on what you scan. And I want to be able to scan the thermometer itself, so I'm going to make probably 3 of them. Cool. Now, I'm going to spend some time walking around in my base and just scanning everything. So, I have an order given from this quest. If you don't want to see what it is, if you want to figure it out yourself, then skip ahead. But I'm going to start with these. And I'm going to try to go through as many of these as I can. I don't think I have everything. For example, I don't have thorium dust. I might actually. I might have thorium dust. But I definitely don't have a crystal matrix ingot, for example. So yeah, so I'm going to go through all of these, and I'll see you once I've researched everything in my base. Alright, I've scanned everything from this list, except for Tainted Anything, Ethereal Essence, or Terra Wart, and the Crystal Matrix Ingot. I've scanned everything else. I even happen to have one single thorium dust. I don't know where that came from. There's a couple more secret things you can kind of scan. For example, the Nether Portal. You can also scan yourself. That one's a secret. So yeah, so now I've discovered the majority of the aspects. So now I can go through every single chest and scan every single item. And also scan everything that's been placed. Like this. Some things don't scan, and that's fine. But yeah, I'll be back when I'm done with that. And then we'll have a lot of research points to work with. Mostly Instrumentum and Ordo, because machines tend to have a lot of that. Yeah, that's a lot of research. Okay, I've scanned a bunch of stuff. I haven't even touched these chests. I've just gone around scanning the machines, and I'm already tired. So I'm just going to do the rest as I need research points. Speaking of research, it's time to make 2 tables and some scribing tools. Alright, it's time to do some research. This is going to be done in the Wizard's Tower, obviously. Not much of a tower at this point. So you can make the research bench by placing 2 tables next to each other, and then scribing tools on top. We are going to need paper and some extra scribing tools. And the way you do research is you open the Thaumonomicon. You can read everything. It'll teach you about the mod, different aspects of the mod. It's not 100% accurate because there are some changes for GTNH specifically. And what you can do is you can click one of the flashing nodes and it gives you a research note. So let's start with something simple, magical metallurgy. This will teach you how to make thaumium. If you know the recipe for making thaumium beforehand and you try to do it without doing the research, it's not going to work. So you have to do the research. And here are my research notes. So I can put these in the research table. And the goal of this little mini game is to connect everything that is given to you at the beginning. And different aspects can be connected to other aspects. So there has to be a relationship between them. For example, metalum is made from vitreous and something else. So vitreous and metalum will make a link. But if I combine it with something else that it doesn't have a link to, say Fabrico, it's grayed out and it doesn't connect. So this can be, you can connect an aspect either to a child or to a parent, and then you just need to have a chain of connections that connects everything that was given to you at the beginning. In GTNH, the best way to connect things is by using Instrumentum and Ordo, because you can just spam those two, because as you can see, I have a lot of both, much more than anything else. And that's just from all the machines. All the machines have a lot of Instrumentum, a lot of Ordo, a lot of Metalum, and a lot of Fabrico. So anyway, we've connected everything. This completes the research. That gives you a discovery, which you can right-click, and that completes the research. And it unlocks the node, which you can then click to learn about. So there's obviously quite a lot of research, quite a few different tabs. So I'm just going to use the quest book to guide me. I do need to make another table so I can make an arcane workbench. Arcane workbench I can just make by right-clicking a table with a wand. This also gives you a spot to store your wand. This works just like a regular crafting table, except it has these these 6 circles around the edge. That represents how much of each V is stored in the wand. Certain recipes will require certain amounts of V, but I'll come back to that later when we're actually doing a craft that needs it. Okay, the first research you need to do is research expertise, because after that, every time you hover over one of these aspects, it shows you what it's made of. And that makes research so much easier. I remember this being a thing, and I was like, why wasn't this happening before? But it's because you need to do research expertise to be able to do it, to be able to see the aspects. One of the things I still need to scan is anything tainted, and we currently don't have a way to make thaumium cleanly. We're always going to have some flux when we make thaumium. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that on purpose, so that we get a bunch of flux, and then that makes probably a bunch of tainted goo, and I can scan that. So I need to make 16 thaumium. That needs 64 precantatio. Precantatio I can get from these different shards, or from the crystal powders, which I have a bunch of. The crystal powders are going to give me other aspects, which I'm going to use to make balance shards. Okay, let's assemble the crucible. The crucible does need fire below it at all times. It also needs to be refilled occasionally. I don't know if I can automate this. I kind of doubt it. Let me go get some water. No, it does. Okay, you can automate the crucible refilling. That's nice. Once the crucible starts bubbling like this, that means it's ready. And you want to be very careful with what you throw in, because it will instantly dissolve it. Oh shit. Okay. It will instantly dissolve it and turn it into its aspects. And if I put in all of these powders and then entropy shards and iron ingots, I should get thaumium ingots and balance shards. And I will also have a bunch of excess aspects in here. Those I'm leaving on purpose because I want to make flux, like I said before. So let me do this in batches though. I got my 3 batches of this craft. Let's see if I did my math right. Cool, got some thaumium and balance shards. Now let's empty the rest of this cauldron. Alright, here's some flux goo. Wait, it's already spread. I wasn't able to scan it. Unfortunate. Okay, I'm gonna start doing some research and start getting some of these quests done. Okay, so this last research that I wanted to do, the Goggles of Revealing, actually have something that I haven't seen before. And I imagine it's probably Vitium, which you get from Taint and all of this stuff. So I guess I'll just come back to that later. I've made a few discoveries. Gold wand caps, nitor, alumentum, and enchanted fabric. Let me explain why I researched those things in particular. So the enchanted fabric you can use to make thaumaturge's robes, which gives you a V discount when you're crafting at the arcane crafting bench or arcane workbench. However, I'm gonna wait before making these because I need a better wand first. It would make it a little easier on me. So that's what the gold caps are for. The alumentum I'm not going to make right now, but I know that I will need it in the future because it makes the alchemical furnace process a lot faster. And nitor is basically a torch you can place in midair, and it looks much nicer, and I would much prefer it to these torches, at least for this tower. It also acts as a fire, so I can place a single nitor below this crucible, and then I won't have this constant fire crackling sound. One thing that's nice about nitor is you can make it cleanly. You just need coal and torches, and glowstone dust as a catalyst. You need 2 coal and 4 torches for 1 nitor. I'm gonna make 5 because that's what the quest requires. So I'm gonna need 10 coal and 20 torches and 5 glowstone dust. And then I will be able to make nitor without having any residue left behind in the crucible. I should probably clean this up. Coal, torches, glowstone dust. Nice, clean. And you can tell that there's no residue left behind because the water's blue and it's not purple. I can replace the fire with nitor. Yep, and it's bubbling. Nice. Next, I would like to make the gold caps for the wand. However, this requires some aspects in the arcane work table. So let me get these materials first, and then I'll explain how to get these aspects. Okay, I got the materials, and as for these aspects, they're stored in the wand. As you can see, we don't have anything stored in this wand right now. And the way you can get some more, at least for right now, is you need to travel the world and find aura nodes and then siphon them. In the beginning, when I went on my big adventure for, what was it, coconuts or something? I made note of all the nodes that were nearby, so I have a lot of waypoints. So I'm going to turn these on. This one's kind of far. I'm just going to remove this one. And I can actually remove these waypoints pretty soon. I just need to scan the node with the thermometer. And then if you press I, it opens this interface, which lists all of the known nodes. You don't need to clog up your waypoints with Thaumcraft nodes. So they look like this. It's really hard to see. But if you have your thermometer out, it's a lot easier to see. So this node contains Aqua, Ordo, and Perditio. And we can siphon these amounts out of the node, but we don't want them to go to 0 because then there's a chance of depleting that entirely and it will never recover. If you leave at least one of each in the node, then over time it will recover and we can come back and tap it again later. And all you have to do to siphon is just right click the node with your wand. For the gold caps, we need Ordo, Ignis, and Air, 20 of each per cap. Currently we only have Ordo and not enough. So I'm gonna have to spend quite a bit of time going around. Also, our wand only has a capacity of 25, so I'm gonna have to make 2 runs to make the 2 gold caps. Okay, I am out exploring. I'm still trying to find a node that has Ignis. I found one, it only had 9, and it had a billion other things that were not useful to me. But I have come across the Crimson Cult. Now I know that if I scan them, I can get a little bit of hidden research. So I'm gonna try to do that, and then I think I might just kill them all. Ooh, we got a Crimson Cult chestplate too. Let me just fry them all real quick. Okay, I scanned the Crimson Cult banner, and that gave me a clue to new research. It says on the bottom right. I also got a full set of Crimson Cult armor. Okay, I've come across something else. I was scanning this node in this cave, and found a dungeon here. Now this is a loot game dungeon. Actually, I'm going to keep this escape path open. But this is basically Minesweeper, I think. Yeah, this is just Minesweeper. So it's going to do a few levels of Minesweeper. And if I can successfully finish all of the puzzles, I get a bunch of rewards at the end. And if I fail, the room blows up. I still get some rewards, I think, at the end, but the room will blow up. So I'm gonna leave this escape path open for me. Alright, I managed to do it. Got a bunch of rewards. I fucked up once, but it doesn't seem to punish me that much. Let's see what we got. Oh, a division sigil. Yes. Yes, very good. This is very good. What is this? That's done. Back to the grind for finding an Ignis node. I finally found one. I just went to a desert, or a brushland, I guess. I went to a hot biome, and I found an Ignis node. I wonder if the aspects that you find in nodes are related to the biome you find them in. That would make sense. Okay, I made it home. I have my wand full of Essentia, or full of V. And now we can make 1 gold cap. Now, if you look closely, the recipe for the gold cap requires 20 of each of these aspects, but it's costing us 22. That is because the iron capped wooden wand has a 110% average V cost. So we are paying 10% more than the base recipe. We can get around that by upgrading our wand. Not only that, the gold caps take no penalty when used to channel V. So the iron ones do have a penalty. So we want to upgrade to gold as soon as possible. But now I need to go refill the wand. Okay, we're back. Very annoying. But 2 gold caps. Sadly, this is not as simple as upgrading a Tinker's tool. You don't just swap out the caps. Instead, you just need to make a whole new wand. For this, we're going to need great wood rods, which needs research. Great, I need to run around more. Well, the recipe's simple enough. I'll be back when these are done. I got the rest of my V. I brought my arcane work table this time, because I have a brain. Now we're going to need to upgrade to stainless steel screws, which is fine. And lich bones. For lich bones, however, we need to kill the lich in the Twilight Forest. So we need to do the second boss to get the next tier of wand. Thank you for watching this episode of the HamCorp Training Manual. In the next episode, we will continue our investment into Thaumcraft. We will kill the second Twilight boss, upgrade our wand, and continue towards our goal of being able to do infusions so we can craft the Skullfire sword. As the saying goes, magic is a tech mod. See you next time.